Kyle, Hotspur memories. Do you want to tell us about today? What do you think about today? It was a good memory, wasn't it?
Oh, fantastic. It's so refreshing to see us sort of like play on the front foot, wonderful attacking football. I mean, I know we've been doing earlier on in the season, we looked really good on the counter and, cutting teams apart. And obviously that stopped recently, but like, it's just so refreshing to see us get on the front foot and like, especially in the Premier League and really take the game to a team. Oh, great.
Yeah,
Good game,
that's a
good
really
game.
good that's a really good point, because we were winning games. We had that good spell, didn't we? We went to the top of the league, but we were playing that sort of sit back, play the low block, and use Kane and Son as the weapons. But today was different. It was almost like it was like the first half against Everton, minus the Everton goals, wasn't it? It was a bit more. There was a bit more play. There's a bit more sort of playing little triangles through the midfield and really
Yeah.
really working the ball forward, wasn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know whether the penny's dropped or whatnot with Mourinho. I don't want to say it too early, but it kind of feels like, right, yeah, if I don't trust the defence, then maybe attack is the best form of defence, if you know what I mean. And do you know what? Why don't let 12 games left in the league season and whatnot? We've got League Cup final, Europa last 16. Just go for it. Let the shackles off and let's just go for it, and really go at teams and score goals. We've proven like in many times this season, we can put the ball in the back of the net and create loads of chances. Today's just showcased that. Let's go for
Definitely.
it. Come on.
Yeah, no, it was really nice. Like, refreshing is a good word. It was just nice seeing them like playing just letting them play football, I think was what it was. And then find their own chemistry with the players rather than feel like, they have to play in a certain disciplined role. I think that's like the removing of the handbrake, I think we've seen for the last few games or, for the last couple of months really. But everyone seemed to shine today, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And, I've seen a lot recently about the sort of like on social media about the whole sort of, the Højbjerg and Ndombele sort of partnership does that kind of work. And today's only, I know, look, we scored an early goal in 2 minutes and that forced them to come out at us. But for me, like those two playing together are crucial. And the way that they can transition the ball straight to what is undoubtedly going to be our strength with Kane, Son, Bale now. And who knows, it could be Delhi at some point. I mean, Lucas played well today, but it could be Delhi joining that front four too. And that's where our strength is. That is exactly where our strength is. And if we can, the quicker we can get that ball up to them and let them do their magic, and and Ndombele sliding in players from deep. I'm really positive after today.
You're positive,
It's been a hard winter.
It's been grim, isn't it? it's been a hard
winter. Yeah. And I know, like, Wolfsberger, dispatching them, and an early goal. Early goal against Burnley, key to the game, really. But I've saw so much today that gives a lot of hope going forward. I think, and providing we stick to that.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? I mean, a couple games ago when you're losing, it's like we've got a terrible squad. Get rid of him. Suddenly, when you win a game like today, it's like we've got a really good squad.
I mean,
it's crazy. The psychology just flips.
Absolutely. I've said to my mates, look, when I think a few games ago, I think I sacked half the squad. I sacked the manager. I'd sacked the board. I was pointing the gun at everybody. And you're right. I mean, look, putting the right players in the right places, and suddenly, amazingly, we're playing good football and scoring lots of goals, and they're playing the Tottenham way, really,
and playing the Tottenham way as well. That's the thing, yeah. And there was just a really good shape, I thought, to us today. I don't know, it just looked balanced. I really liked Ndombele in the pivot, and Højbjerg. Admittedly, doesn't have the same work rate as I think he did at the beginning part of the season, because he's played almost every game. Bless him.
He's had a lot of minutes.
But I just thought it really worked with Ndombele. Then Kane a little bit further forward in like the quarterback role, and he's lacking a little bit of sharpness as well. But I think that general spine is looking really good for us. It just allows so much movement, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And like you say, having that sort of that too, where you've got your workhorse and who can actually play a little bit. It's been, that insulting to call Højbjerg just a workhorse. Like he's a very, very good central midfielder. But to have him alongside our sort of midfield maestro and Ndombele, who's going to play the sort of pull the strings, it really reminds me a little bit of like back in the day, 10 or so years ago, when we used to ship Luka Modric out onto the left wing and say, oh, he's too lightweight in the Premier League, he can't play centre midfield in there. And now suddenly we've got Ndombele playing in the two alongside someone like Højbjerg, and I just think that's a really good balance. And I think they're going to be really key. Just keep playing them there, and then, as I say, now we found our front. Our third options finally arrived in Bale up the top. Like,
we've got. I mean, it's really, if you think about it, I mean, the team's looking pretty strong. I mean, bar the defense, maybe an extra centre back in there, like a Skriniar in there. I mean, that's a solid team, isn't it? I mean,
absolutely. I think if that's going to be key this summer, isn't it? I think if we can find a centre, whether it's Skriniar or not, a centre half that is a leader and one that will talk through the other centre halves that we've got. Toby's a fantastic centre half. Like, he's brilliant. He's great.
He goes unnoticed as well. His performances go unnoticed because I think his positioning's so good that he's never overexerting himself or overstretching himself, whereas a lesser player would sort of be in there like last ditch. Sanchez is a little bit last ditch, so it looks a bit more dramatic. It looks more dynamic because he doesn't read the game as well. But Toby's like a swan for me.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's so graceful on the ball.
Yeah,
he's just a fantastic centre half. To get in one more, that, like, what was so good about him and Jan was such a leader back there, and he would talk through the defence and make sure. That's why, I mean, Sanchez looked fantastic in his first season with us because he had Jan Vertonghen talking him through the whole game. Like, if to find another centre half that is not only a great centre half but also a leader and one that can talk through a defence and marshal everybody up, like, that's going to be really key, I think. And then, like you said, exactly like you said, we've got a good squad. We have got a good squad. We just need the right players back there in the right places now, and a few missing pieces to fill. And who knows what could happen? I'm getting overexcited.
Look at the turnaround. Look at this turnaround. A couple of weeks ago, everyone wanted to slit their throats, and now they, hang themselves. And now it's like, we're looking awesome. But I mean, what do you reckon? Honestly, do you think? I mean, I think we'll probably go on a little run now. I mean, we've obviously got two fairly easy games on paper, but what do you think? And it's a bit of an inconsistent season, very unpredictable, isn't it? Yeah. But I mean, could you see us even squeezing into top four, or do you think that's asking too much at this stage?
I keep looking at it. I do keep looking at it.
Have a look.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, I keep thinking, like, I mean, hey, who knows? Who knows what could happen? We just got to concentrate on what we're doing, really. I mean, the big one for us is obviously the Europa League. That's the bit, and it's the big one for Jose. I honestly, like, if you'd have asked me this question earlier in the week, I mean, I'm hanging Jose's Tottenham career on the Europa League at the moment. I think if he wins a Capital One Cup, he's probably it gives him till November. If he wins a Europa League, he's probably got most of next season as well. So
I agree with that.
I think that's the biggie. And if we keep winning games, we've got some favourable fixtures coming up, no doubt about that. Like you said, I mean, although the old cliche, there's no easy game in the Premier League, but we can start putting some wins together. Teams above us have been dropping points. They've been dropping points all season. Like Leicester today, West Ham, Liverpool. Teams are dropping points. It's about now trying to finish as consistent as we possibly can, and just seeing where we can get to. But the Europa League's key for me, I think.
Yeah. All right, good. Well, let's see if we can go all the way in that competition. I mean, if we got 2 trophies this year, even if we didn't finish top 4, I would snap your hand off that right now. That'd be incredible.
Could you imagine that?
Two trophies in one season. When was the last time we did that? What? We're having to go 80s, 84. I don't know.
Exactly. Think where we were in January, and if we take a 6th, 7th, and a Capital One, or sorry, a Carabao Cup and a Europa League,
Mm.
I mean, you know, it's like the old mantra with the teams in the championship, isn't it? They're like, you know, obviously everybody wants to go up, winning the league or come in second, but
Mm.
the most exciting way to get
It's the
into the
trophy.
Premier League
Yeah.
is winning the playoffs, right? And
Yeah.
that's kind of like us getting into the Champions League if we won the Europa as well, I think. So,
Carl,
you know,
we're getting giddy, mate. We're getting giddy. We need to stay
I know,
grounded.
I know, absolutely.
It's only Burnley. It's only Burnley for long term.
It's good crashing back, isn't it? But
There we
hey,
go.
if you can't get excited about football like
There we
after a
go.
game like today, then when
That's
can you?
that's what football does to you, doesn't it? And the sun's shining. It's a good day, isn't it? It's a good day in the
Hey,
sun.
just first cut of the lawn. You
Yeah.
know,
Get
Spurs
the
have won
barbecue out.
4-0.
Is it
Get the
okay to
barbecue
do?
out.
Is it okay to have a barbecue in February? That's what I'm asking myself.
I'm not against it. I'll look at the cookbooks now. Just get them out. Absolutely, absolutely.
Brilliant. All right, matey. I'll speak to you soon,
Cool.
Carl. All right, dude. Cheers,
Nice
mate.
one, top man.
See you, mate.
See you.